Okay, this is a kind of VR answering Joe Primal, but I want to do a couple things here. I've been meaning to do these videos, and I've had computer issues and stuff, so if this works out, I'm going to cram them all into one. One is Midas Welby did a video about talking to liberals, people of the left, and the difficulties of it or whatever. And Joe made a really good response to that one about rational. That was excellent. But Midas Welby, something I've learned. I've been on the right side. Okay, I started voting when Bill Clinton came on board, and I remember Rush Limbaugh back when he was in Sacramento, and used to listen to him, and everyone thought I was nuts because nobody else was really around, and my family was really political. They weren't into it. I was totally into it. So I'm thinking this Bill Clinton is the Antichrist, I was close. But way back then, I was trying to talk to people, and I really didn't understand the left and right thing really at all back then until the late 90s. And knowing what I know now, and I have associates, friends, people I do business with that are liberals, okay, and they don't talk about it much. They don't quite expose. You just know they are if you know them well, but they are liberals, and I really get the idea. It can be a learned thing, but most of these people are wired that way. Just like if I'm not a liberal, I'll call it conservative, call it whatever. I'm kind of wired that way. I like to think that it has something to do with the fact that I took Economics 101 at City College. That really made me on the right. But a lot of these people on the left, they're wired like that. That's why they have jobs where they're more nurturing type jobs, teachers, helping people. And those people tend to be, I have found, liberal. They're wired that way. Okay? If you take some friends that I have that are of the left, you bring a situation or scenario, I know how they're going to answer it. Not because I'm so wise, it's because I know this guy's a wired liberal. I just know that. And they're going to come at it from the more emotional, help this person or help this situation, the government must do something kind of thing, because they're just wired that way. And I used to waste time trying to get these people to think the way I do, and it really, why do that? It's I can't mess with their wiring. What the hell? I'm not saying that about all liberals, but those are the ones I know. They're just wired like that. They are liberal through and through. I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but they're more sensitive people. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just they tend to be more sensitive, more creative. Look at Hollywood. But and really, how can you fight that? That's just the way they're wired. So I pat them on the head, send them on their way. Anyhow, the other thing was I did a video a couple days ago. I actually did this video twice. First time the audio was jacked up. The second time, I don't know what I did. I like Trump. Most of you see my videos for any length of time. I took all my Trump videos down. But before Trump was elected, most people knew that here on YouTube that I didn't like the guy. Not my cup of tea. Not my loudmouth East Coast guy. This kind of stuff. Not my ideal person. But when I knew when he got the primary, he was going to be the candidate, he was my guy. He was going to keep Hillary from being president. And so I promoted him, wanted people to vote for him and all this kind of stuff. And I voted for him. And if the Trump thing's going on and you're upset with it or whatever, a couple weeks it all changes, there'll be something new. That's just, I did a video on that before. But yeah, I just want to point out that I like Trump. I actually... Now, as he's president, I like the guy, and I wanted a bull to send into that China cabinet with a wrecking ball, and I think I got what I wanted. But whereas before, I didn't really like Donald Trump, okay, but I wanted to vote for him. He was the tool I had at the time, but I actually like the guy, and I lost subscribers the last time I said that, and that's okay. I like President Donald Trump. I like what he's doing too. Rock the boat. The other thing, Joe, you were asking about the toads. I always want to say frogs. I'll put some video up either before this or after this. I'll see if I can find them. They're on this computer. A month ago, I'm out watering the pasture, going out by hand, changing the valves. And yeah, it's usually you'll notice the toads. They're deep in the grass. And I'm like, these things are everywhere. I have never seen this many toads. For the 15 years I've been doing this, I have never before seen this many toads. I mean, they're everywhere. Every can you lift, every spot of water, wherever there's some weeds or grass, tall grass. I mean, and they're easier to see when they're tiny because they jump around all the place. As they get bigger, they start to move slower. They're bigger now because they're old enough. But I have never before. That's why I said it's funny you bring this up, because I was going to do a video on this, call it Toad King or something. I have pictures of all these toads. And I mean, I've gone to check valves because they're deeper, it's below the surface, a little bit of water, it's a cool place for them. And usually 2 or 3 little toads come out. I've had 30 toads float out of that thing when I turn the water on. They come falling out of that thing. Tiny, about the size of your thumb. But I've never seen, if you don't have toads, I got all your toads. I have never seen this many toads before on this property. I mean, it's not like a small percentage or half again as much. This is 1,000% more than any toads I've ever seen. I started feeling guilty walking around out there because every step I take, you know, these things are just all over the place. And he's driving the dogs nuts. Because it's funny, this is, I think, is interesting. Dogs will not eat the toads, which is good. Gross. But like they'll see the toads, they'll kind of fuss with it or whatever. Like my older dogs, they see a toad, they walk around it. They don't mess with toads. I don't know what that's about. Typically anything small, they'll bite it or kill it or whatever. Try to eat it or something. Dogs don't mess with toads. I always thought that was kind of it. They just give them a look and they walk right around them. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. And this, I've noticed this. I mean, I could go out, there's a little pail of water I have for my dogs. I could lift it up and 5 toads will hop out from under it. So I don't know where your toads are. I may have them. Anyhow, that's all I got. Love you. God bless.